evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Foundry Gallery. We do this demonstration for every second Saturday of the month. Or the first second Saturday, actually. This is the second Saturday of each month. And what we try to do is we're just pouring small pieces just to kind of let the population here know what a casting looks like. So we'll just be pouring 4 pieces. Just so you can get a feel of what bronze casting is about. This is called lost wax bronze casting process. So the original patterns at one time were made of wax. This shell material is placed around it, and then the wax is melted out, called lost wax, and then the bronze will take its place, will be filled up. And then after about a half an hour after we pour this metal, then we'll be breaking it out. Ed will be breaking it out for you, kind of talking about it, so you'll be able to see just what a rough casting looks like. The fidelity of the surface is really very good. We're pouring a portrait head by an artist named Dina Angelwing, and there's the components for that. It's around 2200 degrees, 2250 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to be pulling the furnace out, the crucible, and then we'll be pouring into these shell molds. This crucible holds around 250 pounds of metal, but for demonstration purposes, we don't fill it all the way up. We just kind of keep it a little lower. This crucible is made out of silica carbide, so it's like a clay body. And as long as you take care of the crucible, it'll last for 50 to 100 pours. As the metal melts, it oxidizes, and then it's called dross or slag, and that's what we were cleaning off the metal at the time while we were still melting it. So the crucible is made out of silica carbide, so it's a glass, so the crucible is always kind of melting into the metal too, but it floats to the surface, and impurities come up to the top. Again, we got a lot of time. So, you're always welcome to bring friends to the opening, to the pour, and cameras are welcome, so you're able to take pictures. There's no problem with that for you. So the metal is plenty hot. We're going to let it cool down a little bit. We'll be going slow. Normally on a pour, we pour either a couple of very large pieces, like these life-size pieces. Some of these pieces are very large, are cast in much larger sections, and it takes a lot more focus and people to be able to do that. Again, we're just pouring these because they're kind of simple. They give you the concept of what pouring metal is about. And try to do that on the feedback area. But just to kind of show you, it's a really beautiful process. All right, let's go. Yep. I just always like to remind people in the front rows that lift your feet when we first pour this money. Come on down a little. Good. So it's called a gravity feed bronze pour, which means that basically the metal is poured into the mold, and it drops. It drops down, and then it just starts to rise back up. And as it's rising, we have vents, so any air and gases get pushed up in front. So it drops to the metal, and just starts to come up, and pushes the air and gas up. And we pour it to the top of the cup to give the head pressure. still got some more time on this one. It's an old process. Let's just give it again. Ed, this is Ben. Ed will be in a half an hour. Do it from the back. In a half an hour after we pour, the shells will be very hot, but they'll still be able to, we can break the shell away from it and show you what the rough casting looks like, or just actually a finished casting. This material is like a ceramic slurry, it's a porcelain finish, so it gets excellent detail. And it just, once it's broken away, it just becomes inert. It's like stoneware, basically. And we just throw that away.
Oops.
Did you guess? We don't do that because a little spark goes up.
Yeah.
Don't move their feet.
I got some.
Remember? No, that's good. Okay. So, as I was saying, bronze casting is a very old profession. It's the second oldest profession. Okay. Come on down a little bit. Good. Is that beautiful? Great. And we're good. We want to let this cool down. Give me another skin. As the metal sits in the crucible, there's a little oxidation that takes place, and so that floats to the surface, and that's what we clean off from time to time. Okay.
Trevor.
Over there. Now, this is a real thick piece. I want it to be cool. It gives me an opportunity to thank Fred Martin for agreeing to have this show at the gallery with us. It's absolutely a stunning work. And so I do thank Fred Martin and his lovely wife, Stephanie, for coming up tonight, too. And they're right there. Yeah, very good. Okay. All right. So now we have excess metal, so we have these ingot molds back here. We pour the excess metal into the molds, and then the next time we melt, we add our new metal, new ingots, and then we add the remelt metal. We'll warm them up a little bit. Come on down. So what we do is after we do the bronze pouring, we always scrape the crucible back to get any little residue that's left in there, so it stays clean and we get good casting each time. You get little sparks out there? Oh, cool. It's sort of an interactive pour. And the best thing about this pour is that everything stayed in the metal, in the molds, so nothing broke out. That's a good thing. So in a half an hour, Ed will be out here. We'll break these out just to give you an idea of what it's about. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. Thank you. Thank you.